Bernard Tobin here at the Western Canadian Dairy Seminar, catching up now with Mark Carson from EastGen. Hey Mark, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
It's been great. Great seminar here, great conference, and you just finished your presentation, benchmarks for reproduction at the herd level, talking about how farmers are doing from a reproduction perspective with their herds at the herd level. And I want to talk about your information here, your numbers. You looked at some comparisons between 2011 to 2017, 2018, 150 cow herds. Overall, when you look at those numbers, are we doing a better job of managing production?
Still lots of opportunity out there, but if you look at the numbers between 2011 to 2017 in the population that I looked at, you do see slight increases in performance across all three categories. The most notable is insemination rates have gone up about 4 percentage points. Conception is slightly lagging behind, but it still has seen slight improvements on those numbers, and that improves the pregnancy rates overall. Insemination rates, it doesn't surprise me that it's has improved significantly, because we've seen such an investment in automated technologies like activity monitoring, whether the producers have bought them directly or it's come on the robot systems that they are purchasing. As well, the timed AI protocols have also evolved to be better at getting cows pregnant, and more of them that are more flexible to customize into dairy herds. So.
Hey, a good news story here, especially when I look at this, is heifers,
yep.
Especially when it comes to age of first calving.
Yes, heifers' age at first calving, if you look over the last decade, it has come down almost 60 days, which is a good news story. There's less heifer inventory out there, and we're getting them calved in at more optimal time, which has been a real positive for the Canadian dairy industry.
Talk about, sex semen. It's becoming such a big part of how we manage our reproduction. Where's it fitting? Are we seeing higher or lower reproduction rates, or is it just too early to tell?
So sex semen's fitting in the sense of helping to make sure that you get a female pregnancy out of the cows you want. It also fits in that females calving coming out of heifers, bit better calving ease, and those heifers on your farm are your best genetics, and we need to look at systems at how to make sure that we get more out of that supply of animals. So,
hey, final thoughts. I want to run through, three of your big sort of categories here, and get some thoughts on where we can push higher and how we can do it. And let's start with the pregnancy rates.
Yep.
You said obviously those are pushing higher. How do we get to a even higher level?
Continue to focus on driving insemination rates up. Look at the protocols used on the farms. Continue to invest in the technologies like activity monitoring, the heat time systems, that kind of stuff. And then the big opportunity is cow fertility, and cow fertility is a product of everything that goes on in your dairy. As you continue to invest in your dairy, whether it's into transition cows, dry cows, general fertilities, environment, cooling, that all goes back down to better cow health, and that should translate into better fertility going forward. As well as keep an eye on those numbers on the genetic level too, can play a part in your dairy.
What about insemination rate? I mean, what can we do there?
Insemination rate is purely getting cows bred. So again, looking at technologies like heat time and activity monitoring helps to get cows bred, helps provide 24-hour coverage. I'm a true believer that every freestall, loose house cow in the country will be wearing a sensor device within the next 5 years, because the opportunity for not only fertility but in health monitoring those devices bring to the dairy herd is becoming, if you don't have one, it's becoming almost a detriment to your herd not to have it. It's just so much 24-hour coverage insight that is such a positive for dairy cows.
Final question for you, a little blue sky, little futuristic. You had numbers 2011, 2017 here. What about 2025? I mean, what do these numbers look like in 2025?
I hope 2025. I hope that I hope we see better improvements in overall cow fertility. We spent a lot of time, especially now with genomics, where we can select a little heavier on daughter pregnancy rates, daughter fertility rates. That the genetic base should help to take all the things that we're doing in management and also give them the opportunity on the genetic side. And I really hope that the last 10 years we're sort of focused on getting cows bred, still important part, but I hope the next opportunity is getting conception better in line. So,
hey Mark, appreciate the time.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.